there, it's Natasha, and thank you so much for joining me today. I get a lot of questions and requests to show you guys how I go about sending cards that have a little bit more bulk to them, or even if I am just hand delivering it, how I kind of fit them in an envelope or anything. I made this card here a couple of videos ago on my channel, and I ended up putting this one in a box to give to the recipient. So I am going to show you today how I create the boxes for my envelopes. This is very simple. You do not need any dies or any stamps or anything like that for this, but this is how I do it. So I start off here with a piece of 7 3/4 inches by 10 1/2 inches. And you want this to be a semi-decent weight of paper, sort of not copy paper or printer paper. And then I have my little Fiskars trimmer here, which I have the scoring blade on at the moment. So I pop this in my trimmer and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch, then 1 inch, then 5 1/2 inches, and then 6 inches. Now, how thick this box is going to be, I'm making this one 1/2 inch thick, but you can adjust this to how many cards you are sending. For example, if you are just giving one card, then I would probably make this box a little bit thicker, maybe say 1/4 inch. And if you were going to do a set of cards, then I would probably do around this 1/2 inch mark. So just for the video, you can see there that I have marked the lines in black where I have scored, because this paper is really hard to see where the lines are. Now all I want you to do is to fold this up. It doesn't matter how you fold it because this doesn't fit in my trimmer otherwise, and we are going to score the other way. So we are scoring 1/2 inch from the bottom, and that will create the flaps that close at the bottom, and then I'm going to turn it around. From that left hand side there, I want you to score at 6 1/4 inches and then 6 3/4 inches. Again, the difference here is just the 1/2 inch, which is how thick we are making the box. And again, I have marked all of these scored lines in black pen just so that you guys can kind of clearly see. Now I'm using a couple of pairs of scissors here. These are just my main ones. Obviously you can just use one pair. These are the Tim Holtz haberdashery scissors, the little ones. And then I do like the really big 9-inch shears, and they are helpful for cutting big long straight lines. But here I'm going to cut out just those extra wee corners, and then at the top here I want to kind of make like a staircase, what I think of as like a staircase look, so you can kind of see which parts I'm cutting out. Honestly, that's why I had postponed making this video for so long, because I am terrible at explaining how I do this, but I want to make the same on both sides and then cut off that flap from the right hand side because we don't need it at all. Now I forgot to cut those extra little bits there, which will be the tabs that close at the top. And then just to finish off the kind of envelope look of it, I use some scissors and just round the corners up the top, and again that's just for finer details. Now all you need to do is make sure that everything is creased and folded really nicely. Choose one of the flaps at the bottom and add some double-sided tape, and then from the very left hand flap add double-sided tape to that as well. Then fold down that very left hand flap, and you want to make sure that your card is lying completely flat here. So line up both of those pieces, and then when you pick it up you should be able to create a little box here if you have kind of scored and bent all of your scoring lines nicely. So there's the bottom, and again I'm just going to fold this over, pull off the bottom part of the tape, and then fold the remaining flap over, and we have closed up the bottom. And then that is as simple as the boxes get that I make. I guess I made this video so that if you are wanting to recreate this, then you can kind of replay it through and follow the steps as you go. Or if I kind of move a little bit too fast, then you can slow down the actual video on the device that you are using. Now these are the magnetic discs that I use. These are I think they're like 1/8 inch thick. They're very thin, and I often use those to close up these little envelope boxes. And then I just put a little label on the front if I'm going to send it, or if I want it to be kind of more clear, and there's quite a pattern to the paper that I've used. So that is one box there, and again this was another one that I had just sitting on my desk, so you can make this out of lots of different patterns and all sorts of papers. And then I did want to quickly show you guys that I also make these using acetate. Now this is how I make an acetate box in exactly the same way that I've made this one that I showed you. I didn't show you making the acetate one on film because it's impossible impossible because everything is just see-through. So it's impossible for you guys to get any sort of good detail in how I'm doing it. But you can see here that the acetate box looks exactly the same. This is the little set that I also made a couple of videos ago on my channel. And I do just want to quickly show you that when you are using acetate, obviously the adhesive sticks through. So you can see the adhesive, there's one line going down the side, and that's really all it has to close it, and the one line on the bottom. Now this doesn't bother me because it is not easy to see. I mean, it is there, don't get me wrong, but it kind of is what it is when you're using acetate. So I put the front of the cards on the kind of side that has the flap, and then I fold the flap over the back, and then either I will use the magnetic discs to close it, or in this case I was just going to wrap it up with a little bit of burlap ribbon and tie a bow at the front. I hope that this video has been useful and gives you an idea. This is just how I do it, and I know there are many different ways out there that you are able to create boxes for your cards and things. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks, bye!